You might shop in Tesco every week, or maybe even more often than that, but you're probably missing a few tricks to get the best value, so stay tuned as we reveal some of the very best secret Tesco hacks. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Tom here again from Save the Student, and in this video, I'm going to take you through 6 of our top Tesco hacks to help you save money and get the most from shopping there, including a few little club card tricks too. But before I do, make sure to hit like and subscribe for loads more money saving tips. Okay, so first up is a little trick that whenever we've shared it on TikTok or Instagram or whatever, it's always been super popular, and it's all to do with club card prices, specifically when they end. Club card prices on any given item will only ever run for a limited time, but if you don't know when that price will end, you could be tempted to just buy it there and then to play it safe. And that's not ideal if you're working to a budget or maybe don't have the space to store it at home right now. Now, when you shop at Tesco online, it tells you when every single club card price ends, which is obviously super useful, but what about when you're not shopping online? What if you're in store? It feels like a bit of a faff to get your phone out and check every single price, and that's where this trick comes in. So if you're in Tesco and you see something on club card prices, take a look at the label and you'll see a 6-digit code. And this is actually the date, just in reverse order, so it goes year, month, day, and this is when the club card price will end. So on this one, it reads 24/12/23, and when you spin that around, you get the 23rd of December 2024. And the same for this one, 25/01/26 flipped around, it just becomes the 26th of January 2025. Simple as that, and now you won't have to panic buy something just because it's on club card prices. Next up, have you noticed that Tesco have removed the best before dates from a load of its fruit and vegetables? This actually isn't that new. They started doing it a few years ago because loads of people were just throwing perfectly good food in the bin just because the packaging said it was out of date. Whereas in reality, you can actually eat quite a lot of food past its best before date. You just need to see if it looks or smells okay. But even so, that doesn't mean that you might not want to buy the food that's going to last the longest. So maybe you're cooking alone and you're not going to use everything at once, or maybe you're doing a weekly shop and you need it to last until the end of the week. Fortunately though, there is still a way to tell which food will last the longest, and yet again, it's been right in front of you the whole time. So let's take a look at these peppers here. You can see that there's no date there, but it does have this little code on it. And yet again, this code equals a date, with the number being the day and the letters A to L representing the months of the year in order. So A equals January, B equals February, and so on. Which means that for these peppers, the L is December and the date is the 4th. And likewise, on this other packet, the code L5 is 1 day later, the 5th of December. Now, it's worth saying it's not 100% clear whether this is the use by, sell by, or best before date. But again, even after this date has passed, plenty of food is still perfectly good to eat. So don't just start using the codes as a guide for when to throw food away. But do bear them in mind if, as I say, you want to buy something and need it to last a little bit longer and don't want to risk it going off within a couple of days. Moving on, and we just couldn't do a video about Tesco hacks without looking at how to get the best value from the trusty meal deal. Now, we actually have a guide on the website going through the best value meal deals at all of the major shops that offer them, which basically means if the deal is you're getting a drink, a snack, and a main for a set price, what are the 3 most expensive things you can get for that amount? Obviously, you can try this at anywhere that does a meal deal, but what's special about Tesco's is that you can make some of the biggest savings of any supermarket meal deal and get a cost or two. Again, what you're looking for is the most expensive main, most expensive snack, and most expensive drink, all for that one meal deal price, which is currently £3.60 with the club card. Now, this might vary at certain times of year, so I'm filming this in November, and some of the Christmas sandwiches actually mean you can get an even better value meal deal. But let's stick with what's available all year, and that's a few of the triple or bigger sandwiches, including the sausage, bacon, and egg triple, which right now costs £3.25, a protein bar, which costs £2.30, and for the drink, the best part of the whole thing, a coffee from the Costa machine for £3.40, which alone is pretty much the entire cost of the meal deal. So all in, these 3 items come to £8.95, which means you're saving £5.35. And to be honest, even if you fancy a different snack, as long as you get one of the expensive sandwiches or a Costa drink, you'll be making a huge saving with the meal deal. So give it a go and let me know in the comments what your favorite value meal deal is. And if you want to save even more money, you'll want to try getting your hands on some discounted gift cards to get your Tesco shop for less. There are a few websites where you can buy gift cards for less than their face value. So you could, for instance, buy a £50 gift card for £45, which is actually kind of crazy when you think about it, because you're basically buying money for less than it's worth. Anyway, Tesco is one of the shops whose gift cards you can buy for less than they're worth, and there are a few places you can get them from. Personally, I'd recommend either Top Cashback or Jam Donut, but there are a few other websites that sell them as well, and we do have a guide on the website going through all of the best ways to do it. But for this, we'll take a look at Top Cashback, and right now you can get 2.5% cashback on Tesco gift cards, and you can enter a specific value, not just multiples of 5 or 10. So if I wanted to buy a £100 gift card, I get £2.50 in cash back, and I'd essentially be getting that gift card for £97.50. Once you buy it, you'll get sent an email to claim a gift card for however much you've requested, and usually within an hour or so, you should get the cash back in your top cashback account. You'll then get 5 years to use the gift card, so there's no rush, and you'll get to earn Clubcard points on top of your spending too. So really, there is no downside to this. Now, a lot of these tips rely on you having a club card, which I'm going to guess that you have since you're watching a video about Tesco hacks. But what about those rare times when you can't scan your club card? So maybe you use a physical one and you haven't brought it with you, so you can't scan it. Or maybe you use a digital one and your phone's run out of battery, so again, you can't scan it. What do you do then? Do you just have to miss out on the points and potentially any club card prices too? Well, initially, yes, but not for long, because you can reclaim the points and get a refund on any club card prices that you missed as long as you keep the receipt. Then all you need to do is return to a Tesco store within 14 days with your club card, of course, and they'll give you any points that you should have earned and refund you for any club card prices that you would otherwise have got. And finally, once you built up enough club card points, think twice before spending them at Tesco, because you could get much better value for money by using them on one of their partner offers. Like a few other loyalty schemes, Tesco Clubcard lets you redeem your points at loads of other retailers, and in most cases, it'll massively increase how much they're worth. So as you can see here, pretty much all of these offers let you redeem your Clubcard points for at least twice as much as they'd be worth if you spent them at Tesco. Like with this offer for Disney Plus, what would normally be £13.50 of vouchers at Tesco will end up being £27 to spend at Disney. And then there's all the railcard offers, which give you £3 to spend for every £1.50 in Tesco vouchers. Again, doubling their value and effectively getting you a £30 railcard for £15, which itself will then save you a third on train journeys. And if you keep looking through, there are so many different offers here, from travel companies to theme parks to experience days and loads more. So check out your Clubcard account to see how many points you have and make sure you spend them wisely. And there you go. Those are our 6 best Tesco hacks. But if you want to know how to earn even more Clubcard points, do check out our guide to the best loyalty cards, which we've linked to in the description below. And in the meantime, don't forget to like and subscribe for loads more stuff like this.